I kept a secret for 11 years. I never told anyone, not the police, not my family, because it wasn't something I could explain without ruining everything. And eventually, it stopped mattering. Or at least, I thought it did, until last week. When the person I kept it for moved in next door. My name's Laura Bennett, 31. I work as a dental assistant in Arizona. I've lived in the same house for almost 6 years. Quiet neighborhood, nothing unusual. People come and go, but nothing ever really changes. That's why I noticed the moving truck immediately. House next door had been empty for months. No sign in the yard. No listing I ever saw. Just suddenly occupied. That stood out. But not enough to matter. People move in all the time. That's normal. I was leaving for work when I saw him, standing in the driveway, unloading boxes. Late 20s maybe. Dark hair, average build. Nothing that should have caught my attention, except it did, immediately. That feeling, like you recognize someone before your brain catches up. I slowed down, looked again, tried to place him. School, work, nothing. But the feeling didn't go away, it got worse. Like I wasn't remembering him. Like I was remembering something I did. He looked up, saw me, and smiled. Not friendly, not casual, just knowing. Like he'd been expecting me. I forced a smile back, kept walking, told myself it was nothing, just a coincidence. That made sense, that was normal. I got in my car, sat there for a second, hands on the wheel, trying to shake the feeling. I couldn't, because something about his face, it wasn't unfamiliar, it was wrong. Like it didn't match the memory I had of him. And that's when it hit me. 11 years ago. I was 20. Different town, different life. There was a night I never talked about, a party, small, mostly people I didn't know well. One of those nights you only remember in pieces. Except I remember one part clearly, too clearly. There was a guy, same age as me. Name was Ryan Hale. I didn't know him well, just mutual friends. He was drunk, everyone was. At some point, we ended up outside, near the road. I don't even remember how, just suddenly we were there. He was laughing, talking too loud, stepping too close to the edge. I told him to be careful. He didn't listen. That's when the car came. Fast, too fast for that road. I saw it before he did. I had time to react, time to grab him, pull him back. I didn't. I froze, just for a second. That's all it takes. The car hit him, hard. He went down immediately, didn't move. Everything after that is a blur. People yelling, someone calling 911, lights, sirens. I left before they arrived. I told myself it was shock, panic. That made sense. That was normal. The next day, I heard he didn't make it, died at the hospital. That's what everyone said. That's what I believed. I never told anyone I was there. Never told anyone I could have stopped it. I just moved on, or tried to. That was 11 years ago. And now, the man next door looked exactly like him, except older, alive, and watching me. I didn't go over to introduce myself. I avoided him. That felt like the right move. Distance, time. Let the feeling pass. That's what I told myself. That was normal, but it didn't pass. It got worse. Every time I left the house, he was there. Not always in the same place. Sometimes the driveway, sometimes the porch. Once, standing at the edge of my yard, not moving, just watching. He never waved, never spoke, just observed, like he was waiting for something. I started changing my routine, leaving earlier, coming home later, avoiding eye contact, avoiding him. That didn't help, because no matter what time I came back, he was always already there, waiting. That's when I noticed something else. His house. It wasn't fully furnished. I could see through the windows, bare rooms, no furniture, no boxes unpacked, nothing. Except one thing. In the living room, a chair, placed facing my house. That's it. Just one chair. That didn't make sense. People don't live like that. That made no sense. That was not normal. One night, I got home late, close to midnight. Lights off in his house. For once. No sign of him outside. I felt relief. For the first time in days, I went inside, locked the door, checked it once, then again, sat down, tried to relax. That's when I heard it. A knock, from my front door. Soft, controlled. I froze, didn't move, didn't answer. The knock came again, same rhythm. Not impatient, not aggressive, just certain. I walked to the door, slow, looked through the peephole. He was there, standing on the porch, looking straight ahead, not at the door, not at the handle, just forward. Like he knew I was watching. I didn't open it. I couldn't. I just stood there, breathing quietly, waiting for him to leave. He didn't. After a few seconds, he spoke, not loud, just enough to carry through the door. "Laura." I felt my chest tighten because I never told him my name. "You didn't even try to stop it." I closed my eyes because I already knew. There was no way to explain this, no way to fix it. "I remember you," he said. Same calm tone, no anger, no emotion, just certainty. "That's why I chose this house." I stepped back from the door, heart racing now, because that meant something I didn't want to understand. "You left," he continued, "before anyone else saw you." That part hit harder, because it was true. I did leave. I didn't stay. I didn't help. I didn't say anything. There was a pause. Then, "I didn't die that night." I stopped breathing, because that's not possible. I heard it. Everyone did. It was confirmed, reported. That's what I told myself. That's what made sense. "That's what they said," he added, "because they didn't find me." I felt cold, because now, there wasn't a version of this that was normal. They never looked where I ended up. I backed further into the room, away from the door, away from his voice. "I've been trying to remember your face," he said. 11 years. Silence. Then one last sentence, quiet, measured. I finally got it right." The knocking stopped. I didn't go back to the door. I didn't check if he was still there. I just stood there, in the dark, waiting, because I understood something then. Something I should have understood earlier. I didn't keep that secret for 11 years. He did. And now, he was done keeping it. I don't know how long I stood there. Minutes, maybe longer. But eventually, I heard something else. Not from the door. From inside the house. A soft sound, behind me, like a shoe, dragging slightly across the floor. I turned, slow, because I already knew. If I looked too fast, there would be nothing there. That's what I told myself. That's what made sense. But the sound came again, closer this time. From the hallway. I stepped back, heart racing now, because I hadn't opened the door. I know I didn't. It was still locked. I checked it twice. I always do. Another step. Inside my house. Not outside. Not on the porch. Behind me. Moving closer. I didn't run. I couldn't. Because I understood something else then. Something worse. It wasn't him at the door. That part. That was just for me. The thing walking toward me now. It was the part of him. That never left the road. And right before I turned to face it, a voice. Low. Close. Not calm anymore. Not patient. "Why didn't you pull me back?"